Alright, welcome everyone. We are Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
ReZero Season 2, Episode 22. 2.
Two big fights.
And two big fights.
Uh-huh.
Yep. You knew,
Yep.
you could read my mind.
Yep.
But oh boy, Amelia and Puck versus Roswell. And then Garf versus Elsa.
Dude. It's Ram and Puck.
Wait, that's right. Oh my god.
We'll just restart.
Restart. Oh my god, why did I think? So dumb.
I'm like,
dumb. Hold on a second.
I think he wants to restart on that one. Alright, welcome everyone. We are Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for ReZero Season 2, Episode 22.
22. Yes, 2. Two big fights.
Two big fights.
Two people fighting Roswell, and then, Garf against, Elsa.
Yeah. I'm particularly excited about Beatrice potentially getting involved with things on the mansion.
Yes, me too.
Side. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because we do have to deal with also the Maw Beast user as well.
That's right.
It's not just, Elsa and Garf just going at it.
Garf will beat the shit out of Elsa, I have no doubt. But
yeah, I could see him actually taking a big beating when he's, transformed and stuff. But the funny thing is that he's like oh captain, my captain, boss, yeah. And he's like 15 or something.
Right.
And she's like the sexy, like mature,
And he's going to give her a pounding. Yes.
You said it, not me.
Everyone's thinking it.
FBI agent, this guy right here.
But yeah, this is going to be kind of insane because the last few episodes of ReZero have been very much like build up, right? For whatever is going to be the finale.
Verbal spars.
Verbal spars.
Yeah,
but the time for words just might be done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and this is also ReZero, so if anything, they can have two fights go down and have a whole bunch of other stuff because these are 30-minute
episodes.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to get into this one. Very much excited to see what Subaru's maneuverings are at the mansion, though. That could be really exciting. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh my god, he's so strong! Oh!
Wow!
Fucking Garf, let's go! Beastie Boy is going ham. Oh shit! Oh, let's
cut your hair, Elsa, otherwise you are fucked.
Okay. Let's change the environment. Let's go.
All right. Ah, yes, big open space. that
face, yes.
Watch, you're gonna slice at his abs, and your blade will shatter.
Ah, she fully named herself. Oh yeah. Ah yeah.
Okay.
I knew he had to do that at least once,
Yeah. Wait, this fight is important enough that we're gonna get the OP?
No, hell no.
Oh yeah.
No.
OP
it's so important we won't get the OP.
Right.
What is an OP? Ha!
外で何が起きてるか分かってるのか。
屋敷に侵入者があったのは分かってるかしら。でもここは大精霊の禁書庫なのよ。外にどんな脅威があっても。
いや、扉渡りは閉じた扉にしか効果がない。相手もそれを知って。
ベティのせいは真っ白かしら。空白なのよ。本当の本当に。ベティがただ一冊の本ならよかったのに。だってベティには心があるもの。孤独が怖くて誰かといたいと思ったことだってあったのよ。でもみんながベティを置いていく。お母様もロズワルもリューズだって。
お前はバカだ。
いやバカ。
見てて痛々しくてしょうがねえよ。400年も時間があってなんでそんな極端な答えしか出せねえんだよ。ならはっきり言ってやるよ。バカな母親に聞こえる。
おお。
白紙の本と400年前の口約束に。
いや
ー。でも振り回されてんじゃねえ。
何を言われても契約なのよ。契約は絶対で
その契約の裏口探して破れないから殺されようとしたやつがよく言うぜ。大事なもんは絶対譲らない。
お前がベティのその人になってくれるの。
Okay, okay, let's go.
俺がお前のその人なんてわけのわからないわけねえ。
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
Oh, doesn't even let him say the thing that he was wanting to say after that. Probably. Oh.
Oh, Frederica. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Otto? Otto? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a ram too.
Okay.
Nice. Well done,
Everybody
Frederica.
lives. A hippo.
Hippo boy.
All right.
お友達なら見逃してくれてもいいんだよ。最後まで仲良くしてくれるのよね。
That didn't work. Yeah.
I don't think you're
Way to go, Petra. Way to go. Now, scram. Oh, nice. Yeah, because that place is warded.
Right.
ちょっと勝手に決めないでよ。ペトラちゃん。
Yeah! Don't go behind the hippo. You'll get blasted.
Right.
やっちゃって、岩豚ちゃん。さあ、おいでくださいませ。今日の私は彼のやつのよ。
All right.
Oh shit. This
Lovely.
one.
This one. Okay.
ありうべからざる今を見ろ。
Yeah. Okay. So we're not getting Roswell fight
ほ
right
ら
now.
リア、ふらふら頭を揺らさないの。おとなしくしてなさい。すごく仕方のないこと。
Oh, a happy present.
Yeah.
鏡は
No reflection.
Yeah.
エミリア？
Yeah, definitely.
エミリア様、お
Yeah.
はようございます。
Mm-hmm.
お出迎え嬉しく思いますよ。
ジュース。おはようございます。
本日のお召し物が大変お似合いです。
Mm.
私としたことが少しばかり見惚れてしまいました。
Oh.
Save.
ほらもう背ばっかり大きくなっちゃって。
お二人はいつになっても仲良しですね。
That's how bright everything is.
一緒に暮らせばいいんじゃない？
Oh! Then I'd have to kick you out, Amelia. Look at Fortuna's face.
Yeah.
コースマは分かってたでしょ？
Uh,
私はすごくいいと思う。いいと思うの。私の言いたいことは言いました。あとは若いお二人に。
Now kiss, I believe.
エミリア、本当にどう？
This is so precious, though.
I'm very curious if Emilia is aware this entire time that this is the trial, or if she's like temporarily forgotten, you know?
Well, we don't know if she's inhabiting her body in this thing there, or if she's a passive third-person observer, you know? Because I would assume she's inhabiting her body, yeah.
Yeah.
私、目にゴミが入っちゃったかも。ちょっと洗ってくるね。大丈夫？うっかり目を落としてこないようにね。アーチから見て、あの二人ってどう？
お似合いだと思ってるよ。フォルトナ様は自分に厳しい方だから、もっと自分の幸せを考えてもいいのにって。
そんな世界はどこにもないのね。
Nope.
エミリア。
Extra bit of chance to grieve.
And she touches the hairpin, yeah.
今を見て、ここで暮らしたいとは思えなかったのかい？
There it is.
Yeah, of course she did. But
フォルトナ様はすでに死んで、司教様の安否は不明で、森のみんなも表像に変わった。故郷は氷漬けになり、 外の人間には迫害され、家族同然の精霊とも別れ別れになって。
憧れのフォルトナ母様みたいに、優しくて強いジュースみたいに、最後の最後まで私を怖がらせないように
Yeah!
み
Yeah!
たいに、一人にしないで守り続けてくれた。
Papa Puck! Papa Puck! Okay, yeah, let's go through the rounds, yeah!
Mm-hmm. Absolute cakewalk of a trial.
Yes!
外の世界も未来も怖くなんてないわ。心配してくれてありがとう。私は大丈夫だよ、アーチお兄ちゃん。
Oh, that's sweet.
All right.
私に
Yeah.
この世界を見せ
Yeah,
てくれ
thank
て
you.
あり
Yeah,
がとう。
Addressing Archie as a kidna. Yeah, yeah.
あんな風に並んで
Those
笑ってくれる
covered eyes.
Yeah.
母様とジュースを、父様を見られる日が来るなんて思ってなかった。
Oh.
君はエキドナ？君が憎い。ただ
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Oh
Oh my
shit.
god.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Cool. 2 of 3. 2 of 3.
Mm-hmm.
汚らわしい。
What did you say about my eyebrows?
私って本当にどれぐらい守られ続けてたんだろう。
Then I know what the future is going to be. Oh,
Nice.
cool. Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, it's a leap of faith.
フォルトナ母様に似てなくて残念。
Whoa.
心配してくれてありがとう。私は全然元気です。
ですのでエミリア様、約束通りお待ちしてます。
You got me worried there for a
Like-
second.
エミリア様のご活躍に期待しているのは私どもだけではありませんよ。
リューズさんと聖域の人たち。
その様子じゃと2つ目の試練を乗り越えられたようじゃな。まずはそのことに感謝を。
ですがガーフィールのあの坊やの怒鳴り声を皆聞いていました。あの頑張り屋がどんな気持ちでいたのか、それを知って俺は自分が情けない。
わかりました。きっと無事に終わらせて、その時きちんと
Oh,
話
Rizero.
をしましょう。
はい、約束します。
Ah, I was transported to another anime.
長いし真面目すぎる。
Ah,
途中で私から俺に戻っとったし、恥じゃ恥じゃ。
すみません長老。
ともあれ、わしらの意見は今の通りじゃ。
リューズさんが長老って呼ばれてるのを聞いて驚いちゃった。
All right.
なんだか
Alright.
釈然としないけど。ありがとう。
次が最後の試練とのことじゃが。
ええ、すぐに挑むつもりなんだけど、リューズさん、ラムがどこか。
Well, she's busy at the moment.
エミリア様はエミリア様の、ラムはラム。
ah.
それを
Okay.
果たしましょう。だそうじゃ。
Ah. Mm.
それじゃあ行ってきます。
All right.
All right. Trial 3.
いずれ来たる最悪に向き合え。
The worry that she might become the witch, maybe.
Yeah. We just skipped to spoilers for the end of the series. Like,
I mean, I really like that storytelling trope of like when you like stare into the darkness of like what you could become, you know?
yeah. Right, it's Luke in the cave.
Luke in the cave. It's
Yeah.
exactly Luke in the cave. Yeah. Yeah. Because in some ways you don't have to have it be plot specific. You can just have it be
Sure.
a struggle that you will deal with. Whether or not you will overcome it is up in the air.
Right. And it doesn't have to be like a literal struggle. It could be a more metaphorical struggle.
Right, right.
Ah, the song's so good.
I love the way they kind of altered the colors a little bit to be more like darker. Like there's this extreme like contrast on everything, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. It's nice. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
So this episode was great. Lots of things that I did not expect to be in this episode as opposed to like, other ones.
Like a later episode. Or
Yeah,
something.
later episode. But I gotta say, just to, keep priorities clear, right? We had a character jump up in my mind as far as how much I enjoyed them as a character by like a factor of 5. And it's for the dumbest reasons.
Yes. Petra.
No. Oh, yeah, Petra. That was
Petra
great
being
too.
like, if I'm your friend, then you can just go away. And then like, Subaru, it didn't work.
Yeah. Okay. That was fantastic. I would say that's like a 2.5 or a 3 times.
Oh, okay.
But I already enjoyed Petra a fair amount. So,
Yeah. So who is it then?
Elsa, because I enjoyed her basically 0, right? But that little bit of her being all like, all right, I'm going to slow walk towards you. I cut the smoke and done. Garth's
He's just looking up at the
hole and
caring about his sister.
And then
she's just like, shit.
I don't think we've ever really gotten any actual personality from Elsa up till this point in the show that wasn't just I'm the dangerous, sexy lady that licks her lips and is like, I'm gonna hunt your bowels and all that stuff, right?
Oh, you're quite the man, Reinhardt.
Right, exactly. Oh, hit me with your sword, daddy. Harder, right?
Yeah.
But that one expression, oh my God, like that actually made my heart go out to her a little bit of like, you take yourself so seriously, honey, and he's not even looking at you. You can't even get the attention of a 14-year-old boy.
Yes, yes.
Like,
he said in the beginning, like it was such a good line. He's just like, the only one who's gonna get me, like excited or whatever is Ram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here, Subarashi, you are so wonderful. And he's like, you ain't that for anyone but Ram. Don't make me happy. And I was just like,
yeah.
Yes. Garfield,
be gone.
Yes.
Like, oh man.
He literally had the be gone thought, just like big energy here. It was
like
so funny.
Because okay, Elsa with how like okay, not taking her stuff that we've gotten in season 2, but with what we got in season 1, right? Yeah. She was kind of the serviceable
danger.
Right. The serviceable introduction to the danger, but it didn't matter at all that it was her, just that there are people out there that are really dangerous and hey, here's someone arbitrary that you have to deal with, right?
Yeah.
And that was great. And she did her part and then she exited stage left and and you'll definitely see me again and we'll never see her again, right?
Well, now here comes season 2 4 years
later. Now here
later.
comes season 2 4 years later and we actually are seeing her again and her impact on the plot conflict of the story is severe, right? Mm-hmm. And yet,
wait, what? you are doing this like very like origairu hand motions, and I'm just like, I have never seen you do this specifically.
Well, because Elsa is kind of a joke in my mind, right? Like
in terms of like a character.
Yeah, like she's always been kind of a joke, right? Because she takes herself so seriously. She's the PC that. Or the player at the D&D table that makes the super edgy, super serious character with the backstory and all that stuff. Nobody gives a shit, right? And quite frankly, you're not going to have all of the cool, awesome moments that you thought you would have, right?
Right. You're going to get punked by a 14-year-old boy.
Right. By the 14-year-old kid who's like, I've got a crush on this maid girl, but you know what? my numbers are high, and who cares about your bowel hunter, all that stuff. What's it? Oh, we actually knocked the DM's letting us, break through the environment and the terrain. That's cool,
That's
know.
pretty cool.
Okay, yeah,
You go, big sis. All right.
And just
sweet.
the slightest like.
So we get Elsa and Garfield beginning their fight.
Mm-hmm.
We see that, I would say, for the most part, they're pretty evenly matched. The one thing that we've never really seen from Elsa is that she is like very difficult to actually land damage on her that will mean
She's
something.
fast. She's slippery. Yeah.
Well, right. But even thinking back to the Reinhard fight, she survived that blast.
Right, and then it was just okay, I'll leave, I guess. Right.
Right. But Garfield being the unstoppable, like the immovable object, if you will. He calls himself the
Bull in a
strongest
china
damn
shop.
shield in the sanctuary.
Yep.
And she's the deadly blade. I really think that this could be an endurance match then. Because Garfield might not be able to do enough damage to her.
Oh, really?
I
mean, he did
worried
drag her
about that.
face through the wall, and she took it.
And she didn't.
She took it like a champ.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Yeah.
She really didn't care. So I really feel like this is a match that's going to go on for quite a while. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of good because pacing-wise, this episode, they cut away to show basically no more fights after that and went to the Beatrice and Subaru conversation, which was
so much
so good.
So good and cut short. Or was it? Right?
Or was it?
Because the whole thing of like Subaru showing up and like, yes, we're gonna play until your dress is black with mud and all that stuff, and her dealing with the fact of, hey, no, I have this, I have no fate apparently, right? I'm glad at the very least that Roswell, sent them here because that meant that there was some mention of me in his book, which means that Mother hasn't forgotten about me.
And
right?
that's
oh my God.
That's wow. There's a couple things that I think are rather interesting from that thought process, but the other kind of world building thing that's rather interesting is that the books themselves, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, how would Echidna know jack shit about any of that?
Well, about the
future.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Because she doesn't necessarily have that kind of power. Now, what it probably is that it's the machinations, and I have a lot of knowledge, so I'm going to try and guide things along a particular path or whatever, or something like that, right?
But she seeks the ultimate end, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. But the fact that this book is empty, and we've seen that before, but but one of the things that I think is something I hadn't thought about until now, really, was if it's empty, is that actually a thing of where it would take that person coming into her environment to basically make her snap out of it in case the book was something that she was so devoted to, of like, maybe there's a spell on this book and eventually it'll wear off and I will see what's written on here. Or maybe, I have to be, dutiful and, remain in this contract and then the book will reveal itself to me. And she just sits there hoping that there's something to it.
After 400 years, there's
nothing.
I guess I have no fate.
Right.
Yeah.
But Subaru might be the one that comes in and goes, no, that was never the point of the book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the catch. I'm the stop catch system that basically makes you realize that you've been just holding this water in the sink for all this time and it's getting nasty. Like, you need to drain this out.
Yep.
And just go. You're free.
I really want to see it at some point. And this is purely an optional thing. The show does not at all have to do, because it's more of like a representation of a character growth thing rather than the actual character.
Right. The show is the show.
No, yeah, the show is the show. But I would love to see a point where Beatrice actually takes a quill and ink and writes in the book.
Sure. We don't know if she can actually.
No. But as a representation, a physical manifestation and representation of the fact that she has realized that she will seize her own destiny, right? That she will live her own life. She won't think that she has no worth or no life, to live, and or that she doesn't have to be dependent upon someone else, right? And because the whole idea of the book being blank, I really feel like that's genius, right? And because I can totally see how it's become a curse for Beatrice, right? But
because it's tied also with the contract.
it's tied with a contract, and there's the
knowledge that Roswell has a book.
There's the knowledge that Roswell has a book, and there's plenty of things in his book.
Yep.
Right?
So
But
there
if you
must
think
be
about
some
it-
in mine, right?
Right. But you are very different people. And maybe it's more of giving the person what they need in order to achieve that best result, best
Maybe.
end, whatever.
That
And
would
with-
be a really wholesome thing of Echidna to do, though.
Mhm.
To be like, I hope you figure this out eventually. But here's
Right.
the puzzle.
Exactly.
It's that your book has nothing in it.
Right. It's Kung Fu Panda. You know, it's blank. You know,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, I do want something like that, but that means that I have to basically look at the whole thing from the standpoint of, well, okay, so for Echidna to do that, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of cruel.
Okay. No, not
Because
necessarily.
all you had to do is write something in it that says,
Sure. Not necessarily as a way to recontextualize anything of Echidna doing stuff, but as the Beatrice deciding for herself, right? Because when
Sure.
Subaru was talking to her, right, and he's saying the thing of, hey, I could never be that person for you, right? And she
Right.
immediately throws him out. It's the wait, he wasn't finished. You know, he was probably going to say,
why don't you
be that person,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
yeah.
like, and there you go, right? But then immediately, boom, thrown out, right?
Well,
Hopefully,
because he was, in some ways, maybe about to potentially
shatter
make
her
her
world.
think that,
Mm-hmm.
and she's already thought that.
Sure.
She's, like,
yeah,
if
she's
you
been in here
assume-
for 400 years.
If you assume that 400 years is something where she's spent all this time, you know, guarding this library,
yeah. Just
seeing
about.
visitors every once in a while,
Mhm.
every once in a while, she absolutely had to go through the list of every being conceivable for her, that person, and probably thought at some point that I am that person, maybe,
Right.
and was just like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
That would be
Uh-huh. Because I love how Beatrice's whole situation is a prison of her own mind, right? It's the chains that she could break at any point, but because she's been kind of taken captive by it,
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Yeah, I love her characterization. It's so good because immortal characters in general are really rough to figure out a way to make them feel human.
Yes.
And one of the things that they did with Beatrice simply was give her a very genuine connection with Subaru. And Subaru is the character that bludgeoned his way into her existence.
Yep.
Kind of had the glaring, blaring red siren of, I keep finding you in this area. And you're like, what the fuck? Get out of here, you know?
Right.
like, I love thinking about season 1 Subaru going into the rooms and like, haha. And she's like, how? How the hell?
Yeah. And
that's the key. You don't have to be alone, Beatrice. He's been almost allowed to find you.
sure. There's a part of me that likes to think that and I can't remember if anything like this has happened in the show where she throws him out and then he goes to the same door and it's not there. Because usually his thing was that he would always be able to figure out what
He
door
would
was the right door.
He would
you know?
sense that, like, this is the door right
Yeah.
here. And then she'd be
Exactly. And given the fact that he opened the door, granted it was the same door, so it would make sense that it would change and things like that, right? So, you know, maybe it wasn't his sense actually like working in that moment.
I don't think it has to do with the iteration being a thing of where he redoes it and her door is just the same in every iteration. Is that what you're implying? Like, because
don't
he's
think so.
dying and
No.
that he just knows, today she's in this door.
Oh yeah, no,
okay,
that's
okay.
no. But
What are you saying?
But what if the reason that Subaru was always able to find her doors, maybe there was some coincidence or things like that before, but what if it turned into something where even if Beatrice wouldn't admit it to Subaru or even necessarily to herself, she actually wanted him to find her door. And as a result of that...
yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So, and just that as a... have we talked about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about that a long time ago. The idea of Beatrice being one who wants Subaru to basically be with her.
And hence why then the idea of, she throws you out and she's actually not wanting to be around you right now. Hence why when you then open that door again, no, it doesn't go back to her room.
Right. It's like the point where he opens the door, or he put his hand on the door and he was wanting to die, but Beatrice basically like maybe chose that the door that was the one that he was opening was the one that she was in, so he ends up getting saved by Beatrice back in the first half of season 2.
That whole wibbly wobbly magic thing.
Well, not only that, but we put out the theory at that point of what if she actually wants to see him.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because she's aware of what goes on in the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, I know about the intruder. You know,
yeah,
like
exactly.
It's not a thing of where she's so isolated from awareness side of things that she doesn't know what's going on in the mansion. It's that she's supposed to stay in the library to guard it. That's her contract.
Yep.
And then Subaru giving a really cool callback to the point where she found a loophole in the contract by having another contract with Subaru.
Yes.
That forced her to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, Roswell's like, oh, so you...
right.
You cleverly found a little gimmick, with this here.
She broke herself free.
She did. Exactly.
Now, that was in a timeline that ended up getting erased.
Yes.
Right? Because, then, Subaru did the whole thing of jumping off the cliff and all that, right?
But still.
But, that it goes to show...
That was something she did.
That was something she did. So the potential is there, and maybe even the desire is there, right?
In some ways, maybe because she chose that Subaru was that person.
Right.
It wasn't that Subaru is that person. Mm-hmm. It's that Beatrice chose who the person was going to be.
I suppose,
yeah.
Yeah.
I really love all the Beatrice stuff that they've done in this show, and she gets better and better as the show goes on. But I loved that it comes down to a very simple human kind of motivation and story of everyone leaves me.
Right.
It's been hundreds of years.
Yep.
Even Mother, even Echidna,
yeah.
And then just the fact that our bumbling protagonist has basically blundered his way into her heart in this way. It's just it's so wonderful.
It's great.
It's wholesome.
But
okay.
We also had
the lion's share of the episode.
Yeah, the lion's share of the episode was with Amelia. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't actually have too much to say about it because it was really good. It's
very straightforward.
It was very straightforward. There was no real conflict to be had there because Amelia had already resolved everything within herself, right? And Echidna, mentioned it that now that you've done the first trial, the next two will be a cakewalk, right? Yeah. You've basically got this, right?
Which has got to be so painful for Amelia to basically have all these memories now, but then be able to be on this side of things with the trial and see a future that very much, or a present, if you will, that could have happened.
Yeah, and I love that if she hadn't resolved her past, this would have been one of the potentially nastiest trials yet. Right?
Oh, sure. In a lot of ways, though, she wouldn't have had any care about it, though, because she would have had no memory of it.
Oh, okay.
I see what you're saying for sure. But that would be in some ways that she would have to experience and gain the memories back in the moment of this trial.
Sure, right.
So it could work that way for sure.
But the idea that as a result of taking care of her internals, right?
Right.
Accepting what happened, letting go, and all of that stuff, and processing it.
Right.
When this happens, it's just a wonderful gift.
Yeah, it is a beautiful gift, and she thanks Echidna for it.
Exactly,
and then Echidna's just pissed, just
right. With the tears at the corners of her eyes, because who knows why? But that makes me curious.
There's a couple.
That's some juicy conflict.
I think
right
there's
there.
a couple theories that we can loosely grab from this. Is that Echidna had a family, and it was a really awkward, weird family. And even though in some ways there were some potentially toxic things going on in that, some really unhealthy things going on, Echidna is all alone.
Yes.
In a very similar way, and yet we don't know how alone she is with the whole other witches showing up, for the tea party and stuff. So the Echidna mystery is still rather interesting because we don't know if she's getting what she wants through this or if she's not.
Yeah, I get the feeling I get the feeling she wasn't. Not from this trial anyway.
No,
right?
no, because in some ways, if the sanctuary has everyone leave, does that remove the sanctuary's power? Like, does the sanctuary end up failing because Ryuzu and all of them end up going?
Right, and then if that's the case, is it just that there's no purpose for it anymore, or like?
Well, possibly, but we don't know what happened after the Hector attack.
That's true.
So
that is very
one
true.
of the things that Echidna might have done to protect herself was either she died there, and her spirit is inhabiting some kind of special space inside the sanctuary, or she closed herself off within a space of the sanctuary itself so that Hector, couldn't get to her.
Right.
But we don't know whether all this is actually going in a way that she wants, because there's a possibility. There's a possibility that if the sanctuary gets beaten, basically, through the trials and stuff, then she could come out then. Like, I mean...
Yeah,
there's this idea of this whole thing kind of being like an experiment with long-reaching, like, future foresight kind of stuff there. So it's a bit up in the air in that regard. That's why I don't know specifically if the crying is about how she wishes she could have those people in her life like Emilia does, or if it's that she's struggled in a similar way to Emilia, and yet Emilia just brushes it off so easily,
right?
Because of the things that make it easier for her.
Yeah.
Even though she just went through that horrible trial in the first one. So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But I will say I did feel a little bit debated that we
have off-screen Puck and Ram.
Off-screen Puck and Ram versus Roswell. Now we saw little bits of it, right?
True.
Which is like, okay, cool.
Which means we might revisit it because it's not over.
And that's what I'm hoping, right? If anything, the debating is just that we didn't really get it this episode, right? Because that it definitely seems like it was going to be all right, we got the fight at the mansion, and in parallel we'll have the fight with Roswell. But
yeah, I think
I'm still very excited.
Yeah, I think it's because they want the fights to be concluding with some other things at specific times.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And we still have just several episodes left in the season.
Right, and you can't just do lazy fights for the purpose of having it go a long period of time in the episode structure.
Yep.
So I think what this is just them saying, hey, the fight's big and long, but we can't animate it all, so we're going to have the big highlight moment of the fight be in a future episode.
Sure.
So that when everything's converging towards a conclusion, we can have it actually shown.
But also another way that this kind of makes sense is that if this is the, since it very much seems to be, this is what season 2 has pretty much all been about. This is the finale of the season, right? And we're in the progress of it unfolding, right? We still have a few episodes left. You don't want to have Emilia going through cakewalk trials being at the very end because there's no conflict there, right? So
it's true.
So getting that done here, right, and being like, yeah, she's going through it and it's sweet and it's wholesome and we get to see that and it's all bright colors and smiles and things like that and it's wonderful.
But the future.
It's getting that out of the way so that then we can get back into the, high octane, crazy battles and conflicts and things like that.
Trial of the future.
Trial of the future. I would be very worried about that one, except for the fact that Echidna said the other two should be a cakewalk now. So,
but what will she have to accept?
Lore. We gonna get some. We gonna get some like insight into the future. Well, the future of the show, obviously.
Because one of the things that's possible here is that Echidna draws entirely from the worries and fears of Emilia. But if she's, got a tome of wisdom that, give to Roswell here, but it's something that has a predetermined path or a path that it will go a specific way. Maybe there's something from Echidna that gets put into the future bit as well to make it even harder or something, or to make it even scarier, or make it even more intense.
Yeah, I mean, Echidna definitely wants these to be difficult, But, I don't know, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Echidna directly has any like necessary future sight. Like she could, but
probably not.
But you know, if she did, then Subaru's ability would mean less.
Well, no. I think it's that even if she has a little bit, Subaru's is a god's ability.
Right.
It's you get to just make it the one that you want, regardless if you can see it.
Sure.
Subaru can make it a reality.
Right.
Like he can lock all the other timelines down and be like, this is the one I want. Which is, it's busted. It's the person playing the RPG rather than the RPG NPCs. And another funny thing I just want to say, Echidna's thing of frustration with Amelia might also be just a little bit of jealousy.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
Just a little bit of jealousy. This is the one. This is the one, Subaru.
Really?
Yeah. Just stirring the waifu wars, you know.
Oh, definitely. Yep. But favorite part from the episode.
I don't know. It didn't work, Subaru.
Yeah, that is the competitor, right? Like,
I just really love it because she's like, I roll for deception. No, I roll for persuasion. You're rolling at disadvantage. I don't care. I have a +3 to charisma and a +3 proficiency bonus, so it's a +6 on both rolls.
Pretty good.
I rolled
a 2.
12.
Right.
You know, 12 is not bad. You needed a 25.
Right.
So you need to roll a 19 or 20.
It's a good shot.
Good effort.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. Super.
Right. And the speed at which she went to that of like, like,
right.
Like
we're friends. Let's play together. And she's like, well, if we're friends, then you can get the fuck out of here.
Right. Like it very much felt like it was something where Petra's like, okay, I want to be a grown-up and all that, so I want to help. But I don't have really any way that I can help because I'm a kid. I can't fight or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, here's someone that I thought I knew and all that stuff. They say something. This is my big chance, right? Like, this is my big chance to show Subaru that he can count on me. It didn't work.
What I also love about it is you can tell that she's scared and she's acting in spite of it.
Yes,
so she has
bravery.
real courage there. That was awesome. So,
yeah.
Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.